Hey everyone, thanks for joining us to learn about the Cookbook Photo Manager. If you're seeking information on recipe photos, we actually have a recipe photo tutorial, and there's also a tips and tricks on formatting your photos video as well. So if you're looking for any of those, or if you're building your knowledge on photos, be sure to check out those videos as well. And we also have a full video dedicated to all things front and back cover. So you're in the right spot to learn about things regarding your cookbook photos specifically. So as usual, we always start on the cookbook homepage. We're going to navigate down to the layout and design tile and click on photo managers. Here you'll see it brings us right on into the cookbook picture manager. And if you take a look here, I've already entered photos with regards to my dividers and some of the filler pages. But the most important thing for you to really start with is to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page so that you can look at the image specification table. So depending on whether your book is 8.5 by 5.5, the digest size, or the 8.5 by 11 letter sized book, these will dictate your inches and your pixels. And that just is dependent on what type of file you're actually looking to upload. A couple of pro tips are, please make sure that you don't enter any of these file types. The very best type of file to upload here is your JPEG or .jpg file. Also, you want to be mindful of your DPI. We do recommend 300 DPI for your photo resolution. And if you're unsure of what all that means, you can head over to the photo formatting tutorial to learn a little bit more about that. But once you've got your photos built and you're ready to enter them into the actual cookbook, you're going to come up here and click on the green button that says Add a New Picture to Your Cookbook. It will then pull up a wizard for you that all we have to do is follow the formatting entry options. Now, before I show you how to make the entry, I'll just kind of give you an idea of when or why you would use the Cookbook Photo Manager. First and foremost, you may, and I'll just kind of jump ahead to here to give you a visual, you may want to place a cover, a photograph inside your cookbook cover. Or maybe you have a fundraising book or a business book and you're looking to put either business photographs or maybe some fundraiser photo collages, things like that, in between the messaging that you have or your stories that you're telling in the editorial section. Maybe it's going to be at the end of the book where you're going to have some family photo collages or things like that. So this is where you'd come. And then finally, of course, once you're entering in your custom divider photos, this is where they get placed into your book. So first things first, we always want to begin by selecting a photo. And for this particular exercise, I'm going to do an inside cover photo. And I'm going to select that one. And I'm going to call it Inside Cover Photo. And a caption, I don't need a caption. Just so you know what caption means, if you have a photograph that needs a caption underneath it, you can use the wizard to place the caption for you, but you can also put the photo caption directly on the photo through any photo editor that you're using, whether it's Canva or Photoshop or whatever program you feel most comfortable with. So in this case, I don't need a caption. As for the location, I would like it on the inside of my cookbook cover. The size, as you can see, I've got lots of choices here. Basically what they mean, the percentages mean, is it will be centered on the page, and a 25% means that it will be about 1/4 the size of the entire page itself, and so forth. So the bigger you choose the percentage, the larger the photo will be. You can actually enter all the way up to full page or full page bleed. In this particular case, I am going to choose the bleed. The difference between full page and full page bleed is that the full page will have a picture frame around it, so you can put a border around your photograph. Or full page bleed, just like it sounds, the photograph bleeds off the page, so there won't be any white space around that photo. So full page bleed is where it's at for this particular one. I am going to leave it color versus black and white. And then the border, since it's a bleed, I don't need to put a line or a shadow or any corners around it, so I'll just leave none. And then as for the text, really this comes into play with your dividers. So if you're entering a divider and you've created a custom photo for the divider in another program, you can impose on there, say, appetizers right onto the photo. And if you've done that, you would say, no, my picture already has the text. Otherwise, when you enter it into the appetizers spot, if you say yes, it will then put appetizers over the actual photo. So if you've done it in Photoshop or some other place, then you don't really need to have that show. I click on Add Picture, and the wizard will add it right to my book. If I wanted to go ahead and add another, I would simply navigate back to the Cookbook Picture Manager, click the green button again to get back to the wizard, and so forth. But I'd like to see what my book looks like with this newly added photo. So we're going to go preview the book. And now taking a look at the preview of our book, we click, and there on the inside cover is our photo. So hopefully that helps you guys with all things photo. Another couple of pro tips. Once we navigate back and take a look at the photo manager, you can certainly put more than one photograph in any given spot. As you can see here, I've got a filler page 1 after editor message 3. I've got filler page 4 after editor message 3. It doesn't matter which order you enter them in. It doesn't matter how many photos you assign to a particular spot. The software is smart enough to know to line them up in a row and to present all of them in your book on the appropriate pages. So if you have any questions, any technical questions, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to help. We do have support at creativecookbooks.com in case you need some additional assistance with your cookbook photographs. Happy creating, everyone!